In September 2025, I posted what I thought was a very interesting video about 3 Watchtower elders who convened a judicial meeting summoning 8 members of the governing body who did not show up. After deliberating, the elders declared the 8 men on the governing body to be no longer Jehovah's Witnesses. After uploading the video, I subsequently removed it from public viewing, making it a private video because there was a discrepancy that made my conclusion wrong. I intended to do a follow-up video, but a number of challenges stood in the way. I now begin this follow-up video with a comment from a viewer, which reads, "The very last thing the world needs right now is yet more lifeless, sterile, digital, cliche-saturated, fake, robotic AI narrating the human experience." He was commenting on the previous video where I used AI to do the narration for the video, explaining at the very beginning that I am displaced after Hurricane Melissa devastated the western end of Jamaica and that my current location made it difficult to record audio. Clearly, that was not good enough for him, and he felt that he is in a position to speak for the world, telling me that the last thing the world needs now is another video using AI. I mean, who cares if I am displaced and have challenges recording? Anyhow, he had even bigger things on his mind as he continued. Talking about lies, let's not forget you completely embraced and fell for the lie that the entire governing body was disfellowshipped. You even made a whole video of it, quick time, most practically salivating and tripping over yourself, only for that video to instantly vanish with zero explanation or apology as quickly as it was uploaded because it was all found to be completely false. I'm afraid you put a colossal dent in your entire credibility there, mister. Fortunately, we downloaded it and can re-upload it to YouTube if you like. Let's unpack that. When you get angry and unforgiving, you run the risk of being irrational and you run the risk of becoming the very thing you criticize. From the first video I produced over 11 years ago introducing the channel, I promised that if I produce any video and discover that anything I said turns out not to be true, I will remove the video.
This was also forgotten. On the video uploaded in September, the following pinned comment was posted, which read in part, "This video was published in good faith, believing it to be true. After a little digging, doubts have been raised since publishing, and I am digging further to see if it is indeed true." The comment ended with the following statement. Again, I do not want to perpetuate misinformation. If credible evidence surfaces that this is fake, I will take this video down immediately.
Please explain how I lose all credibility by removing a video because it contained inaccurate information. What would be the credible thing to do? Let the video remain with the misinformation or remove it? The second charge was that I did not give any explanation for the removal. Not true, but I forgive the brother for not seeing my explanation because it was not stated in a video, but in a pinned comment in the next video I uploaded. Here is the comment. Irony of ironies. In the last video, I commented on what I still view as the greatest development in the Watchtower organization in the last 30 years, if people would seriously ponder it. Yet I was surprised at the attacks directed at me and at the 3 brave men who accomplished this feat. Strange it was that in a video where I made zero mention of my personal challenges, I was accused of posting it for money. Seriously? That is a huge irony, because the reason I have not been active here is that I am very busy trying to raise the funds for my surgery. I simply cannot pull myself away to focus on this channel. But this event was too great to ignore, so I took the break. The cruel irony continues. I had to pull that video, and I desperately want to do the replacement video to highlight why this is the greatest development in Watchtower history and why these three men should be applauded and supported. Yet my financial situation is such that I cannot take the break from trying to earn the funds for surgery. Someone kindly assisted with the colonoscopy, so next is the surgery. My health is declining, so I must treat it as a priority. The situation is very difficult. The second great irony is that what the three JW elders did in convening the judicial committee is of comparable significance to what Raymond Franz did with his book, Crisis of Conscience, if not greater. I want to explain why. The video was pulled because of two discrepancies in the process of disfellowshipping 8 members of the governing body. At least one of the elders had been announced as no longer an elder. They contend it was not properly done, so they disregarded it. But that, at the very least, is controversial. As I have pointed out repeatedly on this channel, the Judicial Committee is not scriptural. Yet here lies another irony. This is the closest judicial committee in that organization to the biblical model. So in effect, the governing body is in the process of being disfellowshipped, and it is now up to Jehovah's Witnesses to decide. That, I believe, is the most effective way to get Jehovah's Witnesses to watch their video and ultimately move to expel them. Of course, it is not that simple, which brings me to the other points I wish to raise in the replacement video. I'll skip this paragraph. Finally, let me stress this. The 3 elders who conducted the judicial committee to disfellowship 8 members of the governing body are real, not AI, not scammers, not hoaxers. They took on this task with an excessively serious approach to what they were doing. They should be applauded and supported, not vilified. I want to share with you in the next video why their effort can be lethal to the organization and why we should lend them all the support we possibly can. Together, we can shine a light that reaches places it has never reached before. Again, viewer, I can understand if you did not see my explanation, but I did explain why the video was removed. In actuality, it was not deleted from YouTube. I changed the visibility from public to private. That is to say, I simply removed it from public view, and YouTube will not recommend it to viewers. This brings me to an interesting point. There is another option to make it unlisted. The difference here is that YouTube will no longer recommend it, but it is available for public viewing still, meaning the persons who engaged in conversation in the comments section can still keep the conversations going. But I elected to end the conversations as well, and I will tell you why. I explained in the video that the original was not in English, but that they used AI to do the translation. In these cases, the AI tries to sync the speaker's lips with the actual words, making them look robotic. Yet people kept posting comments that it is AI and not real. Oh boy. Here we go again. I explained in the previous video why I was using AI, and this person began his attack on me complaining about me using AI. It really is immaterial how soon after posting the video it was removed from public view, but your assertion that it was instantly removed as fast as it was posted is again not accurate. The video was up for a few days and got several comments before the eventual removal. I since changed the visibility to unlisted so the comments can be seen, and as you can see, there was quite a conversation on it for days before the removal from public view. Allow me to say again how unfortunate it is that these brave Watchtower members who deserved strong commendation and support were vilified by the XJW community as hoaxers and scammers, especially after they tried so much to make it clear that they are real. We are longing for Watchtower members to open their eyes, to see the governing body for what it is, and take decisive action. And when 3 of them took massive action, bold action, decisive action, they were vilified. So many members wake up, but instead of having the courage to speak out, they privately hide their revelations by declaring themselves physically in, but mentally out. I understand the desire to protect your families by keeping your discoveries private, but you should not attack those who risked it all to take action. The reason I said what they did is probably more bold than what Raymond Franz did is that they did not wait to be disfellowshipped before speaking out. They stayed in the organization and called out the governing body. One would have hoped they would have been applauded, but they were attacked. They told the governing body to their faces that it is God in whom they should have complete trust and not the governing body. Oh, how I long for Jehovah's Witnesses to come to that realization. So when I see 3 of them do it, I want to support them, not attack them. After posting the video, one of the 3 elders reached out to me via email and asked if I would do a live stream with them to demonstrate they are real, and I agreed. We then started to communicate via email. That was how I learned that one of them was announced to the congregation as no longer being an elder, and why I was forced to remove the video. Not because they were fake, not because the meeting was a scam, but because the public announcement would render him not qualified to call a judicial committee, and for that reason it could not have been said that the men were officially disfellowshipped as my video title suggested. At the very least, it is questionable. So what happened to the live stream we agreed on? I wish sometimes folks would take me seriously when I speak of the challenges I faced. We were planning to do the live stream on a Sunday and a few days before my electricity was disconnected. By the time I got it back, I was so busy working on my finances, I simply could not find the space to dedicate to videos. Look at my channel and see the few videos posted since September. Then came the hurricane. So contrary to what you may believe, this is not a dead issue on this channel. I am committed to helping these 3 brave men establish they are in fact real. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that clears the air. I am not done with this issue. I am working to change my situation so I can get back to regular posting of videos where I plan to resume this discussion and help them to demonstrate they are not fake if another channel does not rise to the challenge first. To the viewer who accused me of destroying my credibility, I hope you now understand. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, please take good care of yourself. Remember to subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments section. If you can hear the chatter in the background, I hope you now understand what I meant in the previous video about where I currently am, being a place where it is hard to find a quiet moment to record a video.
May the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all.